guys feel really comfortable and confident about these products that are coming out. Some of these are absolute game changers for your business. And I'm mainly thinking of the boosters. All right, so I'm going to show you the lookbook in just a minute. But before I do that, I want to let you know there's going to be some sheets you're going to be able to download from Product Central. One of them is this sheet that has the Clinical Solutions Retinol 0.5 on one side. It explains all the benefits of the retinol, the clinical solutions. Then on the other side, once you explain to your customer what retinol can do, if she wants to dedicate the time and the money to have amazing results, retinol 0.5 is the answer. If she's not that dedicated to it or doesn't want to do it on a consistent basis or whatever, or maybe isn't interested, then you can ask her, what is the one thing that she would like to address more than anything? You can't say, I want all the boosters. It's like saying if something's an emergency, if everything's an emergency, then nothing's an emergency, right? So if you flip this over, it lists all 4 of the boosters. Now, what I love about this sheet is it tells you what each one does. So we have one that specifically targets wrinkles and fine lines, one that specifically targets hydration, one that does uneven skin tone and brightness, or the smoothness, literally the texture of your skin. So it's asking your client, which of these 4 is the most important? Now, the one thing I will tell you is the hydration, the one that's in this blue and white bottle, or the white bottle with the blue lettering, that can be paired with any other booster on here. Okay, so when you pair it with another booster, it goes on second. So any one of these other boosters would go first, and you wait a few minutes, and then you put the hydration booster on top. So if you came to me and said, Diane, what's the most important thing to you? I might say, I want my skin to be brighter and get rid of the little bit of sun damage. So I would use the brand new one and then wait a minute or two and then use this one. So this chart will be very helpful for you to laminate and take it. I would take it to every reorder appointment that I have. Now, what's really also fun is this one that'll give you, it's kind of like a little bit of a cheat sheet until you become more familiar. It'll tell you what each one does and a little bit of specs on how it works. The sheet that I love the most is this one, which is product application scenario. So if you have a client that is on clinical solutions or is using certain things, like she's on repair and she's using the lifting serum, how do you fit all this in? So each one of these, there's 8 different scenarios, and each scenario covers something different. Like this one person is on retinol 0.5, but she also wants to use the brightener and the hydrator. So how would she do that? Here's another one that just is on the retinol 0.5 and wants hydration. Here's another one. So all 8 of these scenarios are different. So these will really help you be able to identify with your client. So I would, again, take this on your reorder appointments when you're meeting with a client or even at a skincare class and say, well, what is it that you really want to target? What is it you want to do more than anything? And of course, I think this sheet was going to be key because it's got clinical solutions on one side and all 4 of the boosters. So let's jump right into the lookbook so I can share with you guys what's in the lookbook and how this works. And so let me go in here really quick and screen share. Okay, sorry, my lookbook just went away. I will get this technology stuff all figured out, right? All right, so here's what the cover of the lookbook is. And now if you did PCP and you mailed this, your customers are going to get the 2 lipstick samples. One of the lipsticks I have on, and you'll see those in a minute. So this is the cover. Notice these 2 boosters are new. And then the resveratrol line reducer and the HA hydrator, we've already had those 2. So you've got all 4 of these. Do women need all 4? No. They're probably going to target one thing plus hydration. I don't know any woman that doesn't need hydration on their skin, right? All right, so as you flip through the lookbook, of course, we've got some fun power statements about it being our 60th anniversary, all the products that are coming out that are launching, all the excitement. So again, it's got both of the boosters. Now, the 2 boosters, I'll give you a little bit of a better explanation here. So let's take the one on the left. This is the one with ferulic acid and niacinamide brightener. So it adds multiple pathways to reduce uneven skin tone and boost skin's brightness with a trio of proven skin brightening ingredients. So the ferulic acid is a high potency antioxidant that defends from external factors that can lead to skin's discoloration. This could be whether they have sunspotting from obviously being in the sun or through the car window, whatever. They might have any dyspigmentation on their skin. It can literally help even out skin tone. Absolutely. Then the second one is our PHA AHA resurfacer. So this one's a very unique product because it's got polyhydroxy acid, which is the PHA, which is like a gentle exfoliant, and AHA, which is again the alpha hydroxy acids. What's interesting about this one, oh, it's got glycerin as well. That's a humectant. But what's interesting is this is kind of like a microdermabrasion in the sense that it's going to resurface the skin, but it doesn't have the grit that microdermabrasion has. And this is also something you don't wash off. None of these do you wash off. Every single booster you put on, leave it on, let it soak into your skin. Now, notice on the left one, the one that has the ferulic acid and the niacinamide, the brightener, it can be used with the retinol 0.5 after the 8-week retinization process. So once they've gone through those 8 weeks, they can start using this. The PHA, AHA, you do not want to use this with a retinol 0.5. This in itself is aggressive enough, and the 0.5 is aggressive enough. So you don't want to use those together. So if your client is already purchasing the retinol 0.5, then she is not going to be a candidate for this. Does that make sense? All right. So that explains to you guys about those two boosters. So you will love these sheets. And I will tell you guys, taking these 4 is a game changer. So I met with a client yesterday. She is, I think she just turned 50. And I said to her, her name is Shirley. And I said, Shirley, I'm curious, if you could do any one of these 4 things, what would you want to do? Would you want to reduce lines? And I literally read it right off the bottles. Would you like to resurface the texture and smoothness of your skin? Would you like to have it brighter and lighter, get rid of sun damage? Or would you like it to be hydrated? And guess what she said? I want all of that. And I laughed and I said, I totally understand, but you're on repair, so you're going to get some anti-aging results. And she just started using Clinical Solutions. So I said to her, if you could do one other thing, what would you want to do? And she said it would be hydration. I said, okay, that's a given. What else would you want to do other than hydration? She said, probably get rid of all the sunspots. I'm very conscientious, especially along the side of her face from the car window. So those are the 2 products. I put little drops in the back of her hands. I let her try them. These are glass bottles. If you haven't seen these have like a little dropper in them, and you just fill this up and you just put a couple of drops in your hands. I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, but you just put a couple of drops. So remember, if you're using these with the hydration booster always goes on last. Or on second after the first booster. Okay, so let's keep looking through the lookbook. So you've got great things right here. It explains how to elevate your routine, what they do. It makes it simple for your clients. And a whole page is dedicated to the retinol 0.5 as well. And you might even offer your clients a special, like if they purchase the Clinical Solutions, they could get a booster at half off on the same day. You know what I'm saying? Or something like that. I'm just throwing that out as a possibility. Okay, so let's keep going. Now we're going to get into color. What I love about this is when you're doing your orders, please pay attention to what is featured in the lookbook. Because what will happen is customers will see this and say, I want what she has on. And you may or may not have that in your inventory. So these gals have all of the highlighting sticks. Okay, so and it also explains, so they've got the contouring stick and the highlighting stick, which I'll show you a better picture of in just a second. Here it is. So the one on the left is called Bronze and Shimmer. On all of these sticks, the contouring sticks, one side is matte, the other is shimmery. So notice you've got honey on one side and luster on the other. You've got bronze on one side and shimmer on the other. So the main difference is if I were to use this on my fair skin, it's just going to be much more dramatic. It might be better for photography, or if I want like a really, really dramatic contouring, this is going to be a lot more subtle. And you can always blend them with brushes, blend them with your fingers, all of that. But you can use them on the hollow of your cheekbone, above your brow, the center of your face. And then, of course, a really fun one is this center one called Pearls and Gold. And the Pearl and Gold is a highlighter duo. So you've got gold on one side, and then you've got the shimmery white on the other. So you can use this on the top of your cheekbone, above your brow bone, literally right up here. You could do right above the cupid bow of your lip. All kinds of fun stuff. They're very creamy texture. They glide on really well. They blend really well, and they stay on. So you'll be seeing more and more videos on how to use these, but these are going to be fun. Here's how I sell these, though, is I broke open one of each for me. Now, you may not want people to draw on their hands between COVID and germs and all that, but you could take sheets of tissue paper and cut them into little squares. And you could, because if you draw on a Kleenex, it's sometimes they'll tear. So I just take these, and you could draw on a piece of paper if you want, or you could draw on a piece of tissue, or you could just take a whole bunch of Q-tips with you and say, did you want to try these on your skin? And just take a Q-tip, and you could do one end of the Q-tip on one side and one Q-tip on the other side, so they could try both sides. These are going to be fun, especially with spring coming, summer, that kind of thing. The highlighting sticks, and these always sell out. These are going to sell out quick. They're super fun. Now, What you see on the model is the same lipstick that I have on. They've added 2 not limited edition regular line, 2 lipsticks to our lipstick line. Okay, so notice that this is the one that she's got on. That is the more raspberry, brighter color. And then there's a lighter color. So if you look here, she has on very raspberry, which is also what I have on. And the Think of Pink is beautiful. It's soft. It looks great if you're tan. It looks good if you're fair. It doesn't matter. But look down here. The models on the left are ivory. The model in the middle is beige. And the model on the right is bronze skin. So you can see how both the Very Raspberry and the Think of Pink, they're both in the Supreme Hydrating Lipstick line. Okay, so it's the one with sunflower oil and vitamin E, and it just keeps you super hydrated. So those 2 new lipsticks are out, and you can, because I get asked this all the time, is there section 2 samples? Yes, there are. So you could literally take these and put these in a customer reorder bag, but keep in mind, that's what they're getting a sample of. If you did the preferred customer program, they're already going to have a sample of that in their book. All right, let's keep going. These are going to be fun. So these are hand creams, limited edition. They are only $10. They look like this. And of course, I broke open one of each because that's how you're going to sell them. And so when I'm going to a reorder, I'm going to do anything. I always say to people, you know what, I'm doing a survey and I just need to know which of these is your favorite, because I'm trying to figure out what's going to be the most popular. So far, I've had about 9 people smell them and try them. And so far, the mango and orange flower tends to be my biggest, most popular. And then the wild berry and passion flowers, second, and mandarin rose, the second and third are very close, but this one tends to be the favorite of the people I've asked. These are really fun. So when I did a staff pampering last week, I used unscented satin hands to do at the staff party for this job place. And when we got to the hand cream, I said, would you guys mind if we didn't use unscented? Would you be okay if I let you guys flip these open and smell each one, and whichever one you like the most, you could use that as your hand cream? Well, it was really, really fun because they were all trying different ones. They were one goes, oh, I love this. And so pretty soon the whole room smelled like all these different scents. It smelled amazing. And I actually had a couple of the gals order those right there on the spot. What's interesting is when I was reaching out to another woman who wanted a gift for her book club, because they're all getting together in February, kind of as a Galentine's type of thing. I told her that if she bought more than 10, that I would give her 20% off. And she says, oh, I was going to get 10. So she bought 10 and I gave them to her for 8 instead of $10. So I do to give her a $2 discount, which is 20%, but she bought 10 of them. So I put them in a cute little cello bag, a little bit of candy, gift certificate from me for a virtual pampering session, and my business card. So these are going to be fun. These are limited edition. I really believe because of the price point, they're going to sell out really easy, really, really quick. All right. The one on the left is mandarin and rose with sparkling mandarin, Turkish rose. The middle one, of course, is pulpy mango, orange flower, and coconut husk. So it's called mango and orange flower. The far right one is wild berry and passion flower. And so they all smell amazing. So that is featured a whole page in the lookbook. All right, let's keep going really quick. Now, this is an interesting product. After Sun Replenishing Gel, I'm just going to hold up this tube and show you how big this tube is. This tube is really big. If you just look at like compared to the hand cream as an example, okay, right? This thing is just like huge. Sun Replenishing Gel. So who buys this? So I'm going to tell you 3 of my customers buy it in bulk, and they're all in different scenarios. So this might be something you think. So the first person who buys a lot of this from me is Carolyn, and her husband is in a motorcycle group. And so a lot of time in the summer, especially, they'll ride with their motorcycle team's vest on, but a lot of times the guys have either short sleeve shirts or no sleeve shirts. And so when they get to their destination 2-3 hours away, their arms are really quite windburned and chapped, and of course baked in the sun, even if they slap sunscreen on, right? So this sun gel is amazing, amazing for that. Sometimes they'll even put it on their legs. If it's a woman, if a woman's on the back of the motorcycle, their legs will get windburned. So this is great if you know anybody who is in a motorcycle club or rides. My other client that buys a lot of these, in fact, she just ordered 7 yesterday. Her daughter is a synchronized swimmer, and her daughter is constantly in the pool every single day. So what happens is after she showers and gets out of the pool, she will put a little bit of this on her arms, her legs, her chest, everything, and it replaces all the moisture back into your skin. So this sun gel is amazing for that. That's literally what it does. It's not sticky. It's unscented. It's a great, great product. So, and the third person who buys this from me, her daughter doesn't do synchronized swimming, but she does do swimming. Both her son and her daughter do, and they're on a swim team. And again, so anybody who's in chlorinated water, maybe you know a girlfriend who works out at a gym and swims at the gym. Well, any public pool, even the pool in your backyard, is going to be loaded with chlorine. If you know people who hot tub, it's loaded with chlorine. So this is a great thing to purchase for people that water ski, people that are bike riders, motorcycle riders, people who hike, anybody in a pool, anybody in a hot tub. Now, remember, this is not only limited edition, but because it only comes out for such a short window, this usually sells out in less than 30 days. I wish the company would keep it year round. I don't understand really why they don't. But I actually have a customer that says, as soon as the sun gel comes, can you order me 7? I said, sure. And she's figured out that 7 get her just by, just enough to get by for the year for her and her daughter. So, but again, I've got people in motorcycle clubs, everything. So this is great. The price point, it's 15 for this huge tube. Of course, your cost is half that. But the sun gel is going to be really, really a big hit. So that's featured a whole page in your lookbook on that. So keep an eye out for this, you guys. If you know anybody who's got a beach house or a lake house, or anybody who goes to Tahoe a lot, especially hikers, people that, you know, they're out and about a lot, sun, wind, chlorine, all the things that dry out your skin. This is a huge, huge hit. All right. Now notice this. Every single time the lookbook comes out, they always have a featured product that's regular line. And this particular lookbook, they are featuring our brush collection. So make sure you have at least one brush collection in your inventory, because as soon as somebody sees it, they're going to say, I want that. Maybe even have a couple brush sets. And then our brush cleaner smells amazing. I have, before we had it, I used to buy brush cleaner at like the beauty supply places, and every single one I bought, no matter what brand it was, they all smelled like chemicals. They all smelled like petroleum or something. So I was so excited when we came out with ours. It smells amazing. It smells good. All right, so you want to make sure you've got a brush set. Another whole page is being dedicated to our silky setting powder. And if you look at the bottom, the one on the left is showing just silky setting powder by itself. So it could be used just as a super sheer type of foundation. Or on top of CC cream, it gives you that natural look, a little bit more coverage. And then if you want it to have a medium to more full coverage, you put it on top of your foundation. Again, just make sure you've got some silky setting powder in the most popular shades, because when your customer sees it, then she's going to want it. All right. Another thing that's being featured in the lookbook is this brush. Now, what I love about the Sonic brush, it's not only is it amazing, but gang, look at the price. They dropped it for our anniversary. So from 75 to 60, that's a $15 discount. That's more than 20%. So that is, no, let's see, 775, that's exactly 20%. So they're giving you 20% off. So gang, think about this. When you're buying these, you're going to buy them for 30. Once this promotion is done and we're not selling for 60, we sell them for 75, you get to make that extra profit. So you'll be making 50, 60, you'll be making 70% on them. If you buy them for 30, right now you can sell them for 60, but eventually they'll sell for 75 as soon as they're done with this promotion. So these are just a great thing. Again, it's guaranteed your customers are going to notice. It's given an entire page. Now, I'm going to flip through these next pages quick. We have a whole page of time-wise, a whole page that features repair. I love this page because it goes over the order of application for repair, which I think is really, really key. Then it's, of course, got the botanical line, the clear proof line, the naturally line, and of course, the men's line. So those all have their very own page. And then this is a page that I refer to often when I'm going to drop off a reorder. I said, oh, based on our latest sales for this last quarter, would you like to see what our top 10 products are in case you want to try any of them? And my clients always go, yeah, I want to see what your top 10 are. And these are the top 10 for right now. These change all the time. Oil-free eye makeup remover is almost always on there. Primer is almost always on there. Black liner is almost always on there. And sometimes the CC cream is on there most of the time as well. But these sometimes other ones will change and it'll be something else. It'll be something else that's hot and popular. So those are all on the lookbook that if you didn't send out, you can order as of the 15th. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this. We've got boosters. We've got the fun makeup sticks. We've got 3 fabulous hand creams that you can demo. And these are also a really fun thing to give away at a skincare party. So maybe you put one in a bag with a bunch of candy, put it in the center of the table and say, and people will say, what are those for? Oh, those are booking gifts. Everybody who books a party today and we set a time, they get to take one home. Yes, I realize it's $5 your cost, but you know what? What else can you give them that's $5 your cost, right? I mean, you could give them a spray hand sanitizer, but this is way more fun. though I think these are going to be really, really popular. Great Easter basket, or, you know, like a little tuck-in for a daughter or a girlfriend. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed it. All this product does launch tomorrow.